I guess I liked the flashbacks, but once again, I hated the flashbacks of Blade Runner 2049. So I can understand that it's
true.
Like Arthur C's comedy in this movie, it's subjective.
And I also want to say that in the one scene that I think is pretty, like, I have a hard time not feeling like it's like kind of has like a malicious intent that I just feel frustrated by in a lot of ways, is the scene where he kills one of my favorite character actors, Glenn Fleshler. And the fact that we're kind of put in this situation where he does this, like, this brutal murder.
Yes.
That literally hangs the lampshade of a fucking dwarf joke on a guy not being able to reach a chain on a lock and him like kissing his head before he walks out, is one of those things where I was just like, I can't really imagine good intent behind this shit. Like, it really, like, that was just a scene that I was just like, come the fuck on, man. Like,
I had the scenes earlier with your favorite character actor, Glenn Fleshler. Glenn Fleshler. Interesting. Fleshler. In the opening scene where we first meet those terrible friends of Arthur's, terrible influence to a person who is already kind of struggling with psychosis.
Right.
Glenn Fleshler is the guy who gives him the gun. He also makes a very clear joke towards the Gary character, who's a person of short stature. And Arthur laughs, but as he's like walking away and leaving the room, you see that he's very much pretending that laugh. He's just kind of like actually just
right.
He's just mocking him actually with that laugh.
It's like the only time we actually see him fake a laugh, really.
Yep. Yeah. And I think again later on when he's like being fired or leaving, like that character does that again. So we never see Arthur doing that to him. Like we see this Glenn Fleshler Randall character doing this to him. And so this is one of those scenes also. This is the third time in this movie where as soon as that doorbell rings, and it comes also right after the moment, I think, or near the moment where he's kind of like practicing for the show, and at that time he's like practicing to like shoot himself, and then like later he puts on some of his makeup, which I really just love that whole sequence. And then the doorbell rings, and I just remember my heart thumping so hard in my chest, because it's been a while since he's murdered anyone, and it's just like, oh my god, what is happening? Oh wait, what's about to happen right now? And it's Gary and Randall, and once again Gary says something, I think, about like, oh, the police didn't talk to me, and Randall once again insinuates like, oh, it's because you're a person of short stature, like they are looking for a regularly sized person. Like he's very insulting to him once again, and it's making it in a weird way like the dudes on the subway. I'm just standing there going, I really hope he stabs this person. And
broad and obvious,
but he stabs him and he murders him. And I remember in theaters, and to this day, I still kind of get a chuckle out of seeing that guy get murdered. And then I think it's so funny. Like, I agree with you that I think on some level, it seems on paper like it's in poor taste to have a person with short stature go to the door and not be able to reach the lock. But it's toying with this idea that I think this movie does so well, which is you truly don't know whether the Joker sometimes is going to tell a joke or whether he's going to kill you. And even though it is in poor taste, I genuinely think the idea in the writing is Arthur Fleck genuinely just said, like, get out of here. Like, you're the only person who's been nice to me. Go. I'm not going to do anything to you. I don't think he even fucking knows that Gary is incapable of leaving until he asks for help. And then he's like, oh. And, like, I, like, the toying with this idea of this guy who's like, holy fuck, I've just witnessed someone getting murdered. I need to get out of here. Oh, my God, I can't get out of here. And there's, like, genuinely something funny to that circumstance. Like, it's not that I think that it's it is creating this uncomfortable circumstance that I guess could be read as in poor taste. But I think it's very Joker, because you just don't know what he's going to do in that situation. And I think the kiss on the head is a genuine show of affection. I honestly think, because he's genuinely just like, hey, you were kind to me. I never wanted to kill you in this area. And he's just like, get out of here. Like, and I don't know, like, I don't read that as like, oh, I'm kissing you so I'm kissing, like, I don't read that as like a, what would you say, a derogatory, I guess, act, but perhaps, I don't know, like, and I find that scene fucking hysterical. Like, I genuinely laugh so, and maybe that's, maybe I have a sick sense of humor, but I
have a plenty fucking sick sense of humor.
And I like getting into what I think is the sick sense of humor of this movie. And that is like a scene that it's genuinely tense until the murder happens. And then you're just sitting there like, oh, okay, thank God he's not going to murder Gary. Gary's leaving. And then he can't get out. And it's like, oh my God. I don't know. But yeah, that's also like one of my favorite scenes of this movie.
That's like maybe my least favorite scene in the movie. I mean, it's tough.